Let's go, everybody. There you go. A little volume always helps. Trying to get with the new layout. It's not working. We're going to have to just kind of take it step by step. Anyway, let's get to, let's get over to crypto quickly. Let's look at Ethereum, as I really want to focus on Ethereum as kind of the example for what we should be looking at going forward. Great to see everyone today. Settle in. We're going to spend like the next hour trying to figure out, where's this market going to go? Where's the launch pad? Great to see everybody again. Yes. Hey, what's up? Eddie, Stephanie, David, Crypto, Drake, Evan. What's going on, man? Mr. Can. Great to see you again. Listen, yesterday, a lot of fluff, a lot of noise. There is a lot of noise. Can't really understate how much noise is going on in the markets in general. Really easy to get, I think, distracted. Put a little note out 2 days ago just saying, hey, cooler heads always prevail. What's the deal here with crypto? Ethereum, not necessarily even Bitcoin. Consider Ethereum kind of king of the alts, if you will. And we finally hit what we've been waiting for all along. We actually dipped into the oversold recently, which was great on our weekly basis. So all eyes there. Also, 50 level on weekly. What does that mean? This week is really a first instance since the top, since that last reading. Also, let's isolate this bad boy. Again, the complex structure, I'm going to be talking about this a lot in the weeks and months to come because this is the setup for the launch pad. You want a launch pad? We deal with M and W shapes here mostly, and we can apply that to indicator readings, most notably RSI, derivative indicators, amplified, standard RSI. What does it mean? It's just a temporary reaction, retracement to set up something larger to come. So here we are at the 50 on the weekly. So take that into Sunday. Let's see. We really want an inflection to start next week like that. Also with HSI down here. Okay, it was maybe 2 extra weeks to hit that. We just hit it. So larger time frames starting to come into their own. Shorter time frames, well, we've got lots of patterns. We got lots of things going on that help us to kind of focus in. I would say the 4-hour time frame is your friend. It's like this. And I posted this also on Twitter yesterday. Couple of beautiful back-to-back patterns here on Ethereum. Actually, 3 of them on a 4-hour chart just in the last 2 months. And all of it at 2880. If you recall me talking about that number, it's a big number. We had a retracement back down to 2800. Just skimmed that and then put in some confirmation. So early in the process, but don't be surprised to see this thing continue to bounce around, kind of a pinball action, if you will, where we're still just a type 1 off of the shark. The crab pattern at 2880, all right, that's something. At least you've retested and held. But these should be the patterns that set up the daily, the weekly inflection. And that's big because you're seeing how the macro crypto, if that's going down, your T coin, S coin, altcoin, not going anywhere. So settle in. We got, the whole year to deal with this. And I think that's something where the post halving situation, a lot of people making the assumption that we're just going to go to the moon right off of there. Regardless, we're still waiting for those triggers. I'm going to say the weekly. You go back to the weekly again, and we're just not there yet. Meanwhile, other people are ready to throw it all away. A lot of people are already saying, nope, Bitcoin's toast, going back to 30K. We can't flip to extremes like that, and then you just start losing your framework, losing your process here. That's the weekly. Where's Coinbase? Let me get the Coinbase feed. Hello. There's Coinbase. Okay, that's what we want. Also, amazingly, something to kind of note that Ethereum has done a 382 pullback. And that actually that's around 30.50. And a 382 pullback in a strong trend is your friend. All right, we're not surprised to see that. I mean, let's get this right. 32, 38, like right there. Is that also 2880? I mean, it's right on the money. Maybe that's 2870. So underneath all of this action and this fluff movement, doesn't seem like a lot really shaping up constructively. We are at a minimum level, but we want confirmation. I've been saying this all along, and you have it. There's the weekly Coinbase. Okay, we're definitely in front of this, but we're probably something where you need to let that come out of the zone. It's an easy way to kind of just wait for the overall sentiment to change, get this retracement over with, let the air out of the tires, if you will, and then get ready for that turnaround. Now, I'm going to see, because if we continue lower next week, then we'd have to deal with probably something more substantial. This is everything here. This signal in the weekly for Ethereum, I think that might even be more important than Bitcoin at the moment, because we've already registered. And you have 4-hour structures here that, we're down here at 2880. That's your number on Ethereum. Just plant that in your brain. 2880. We're going to likely do this reaction at the moment from 2880. Shark was, right on the money at 2800. Just ride it up back to that 3080, 3100. That's for now. At least you're finding that relief. Also, HSI is still in the 4-hour trending higher. This is something to look at for those that are on the software, and everyone should be on the software. You go from 50 to that 88.6. That is the upper end. Okay, those are the zones. Overbought on Harmonic Strength Index is 88.6 level. We're not there yet. And the top, that teal line, that's 100. We're looking for this kind of a situation on the 4-hour, come in and pivot. But until then, you're still going to ride this reaction. Dare I say, we're in the same way that we were here, trending up. Before the peak, you were like 32, 33. You went up to like 34 and change. Same type of deal. You're getting close. Where this reaction will tag some numbers, maybe $100 higher, and then we'll deal with it. What's up? Yeah, we'll get to some of those in a little bit. I'll jump over to stocks in a minute, because we definitely want to look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's got work to do. Bitcoin too. Also, folks, for those that are new, okay, you got to get over to harmonictrader.com. Go get a free 2-week trial to the software. Send your TradingView username to hpc at sr-analyst.com. And then everything I talked about on Tuesday, it's all free. Okay, don't subscribe until you have signed up and perused the basic membership information. Also, a few questions on the books. They're all free PDFs. Okay, if you want to buy the book, get it on Amazon. I am giving away signed copies of the Harmonic Trader right on Thursdays, our giveaway Thursday. So first person to type in Harmonic Trader will receive a signed book. If you are international, you're going to have to get the gold membership because those books are not getting delivered. I don't know if there's a postal strike since COVID, but we have had just zero luck at getting international delivery. And unless I spend, $100 to ship the book, it doesn't get there. Nice. Great to see everybody again. What did I do? Hold up. Thank you. Great. Let's get to it. A lot to discuss today. Hey, who won that one? There you go. Tubes, you win. Harmonic Trader. I'll give away another book before the end, and I'll probably give away a gold membership. Tubes, tell me you're in the United States, please. It's my hope that you are. You'll get the book. Some people didn't get the book because from last week, they didn't go out yet. And if you did win a book, you have to get over to the Discord, which looks like this, and send your username to Miss Stephanie, okay, on the Discord there. So check that out. Great. Let's take a quick peek at Bitcoin. Remember the big 4-hour patterns on Bitcoin? Where'd you go? There it is. What's going on with this? Sweeping these lows down here. 61K has been our 4-hour or daily support against those patterns. There was some smaller patterns that were linking up. I don't want to confuse anybody. Let me get where's the Coinbase? There it is. This is still, there's our zone. And I guess it was 61 or 60. There was a smaller pattern here. 61K is still the big number. And like Ethereum, you go here on the daily. Okay, we're oversold on the daily. We just hit there, but nothing yet on HSI. On bottom line is amplified. Literally just hit. Yesterday was a big day because we hit. Problem is the weekly time frame is not giving us any inflection. Okay, the 50 line has hit. Check this out. This has been what we have waited for all along. Ever since this thing started rolling over on the weekly, I thought, 61 to 72 is a good range. Here we are at 59. What do? Well, just wait. Be patient. Because you're at the 50 line. It's an important first step of this retracement. And then check out what's happening here. Okay, HSI is rolling under the 0 line. That's the bottom line. Okay, it just feels nasty. You have to come back all the way to August. And remember what happened there. You spent the better part of 6 or 8 weeks before you decided to turn up. You need individual development. How about a green candle on the week to get us started? That would be sufficient, and we'll probably get something. We'll probably get like a narrowing range. This is really common, and is why we wait for confirmation. Look, big down. That was like last week. Let's come down and bounce against that support, and we need an arrow. Arrow, check back, 1, 2 green bars. That's what you're looking for, same deal. And we're We want this type of formation to happen, to be the launch pad up here. But where does it go? Okay, because we're just hitting, as I said yesterday, really the first time we hit that with daily oversold, or at least just starting to do an inflection. It's not a perfect confirmation yet. That's why I'd stay on this 4-hour chart. Why? Well, if we're going to just do a reaction, we're going to get an oversold reading. It'll be, you won't have to force it. Won't have to force these type of signals. Again, HSI, Harmonic Strength Index, is designed to go from one extreme to the next. On the downside, we didn't hit anything quite yet, but looks like we might just be oscillating between overbought and the 50 line. All of that is still early. What about these speculative T coins? What are you going to do there? And I draw your attention to something like Cardano, which has been really 38 cents, has been this thing, crab pattern, I said. Oh, here I go. Oh, it's KuCoin. There it is. Crab pattern, 38.9 cents. So you're not doing anything yet. Need to see that retest. There's no confirmation there. So simply waiting on. What about something like those magical AI crypto? Remember Akash Network? Okay, probably one of the strongest cryptos throughout this correction, because we had a daily bat pattern, big move up, same thing. I want to wait for the XA retest. And until then, you know, I'm favoring those retests as your jump off point. I mean, look at Akash Network. I mean, this is just ridiculous. What was that? 50 cents at 10x or more, 15x almost. And here we go. Let me get a longer term chart. Crypto.com. Where's my Binance feed? Regardless, this is, here you go. This one, at least on HSI, is showing you the kind of inflection that needs to happen with Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's weekly. And this is early stuff, so don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Hey, can we all take a collective, do some breathing exercises together? Okay, everybody, let's take a big deep breath, big harmonic deep breath. Okay, feeling better already. That's the kind of thing we're patiently waiting for. Yeah, Akash Network, it's the hottest AI crypto going forward. Okay, whatever your narrative is, that's fine. Make sure we have HSI pointing the right way. Okay, with amplified at least stabilizing here. So there are really hot crypto that still are going to require that we be patient and wait for the signals. What's the sorry, where is, come on back to, let me go to Binance Coin. All right, so speaking about being patient, here's Binance Coin on the weekly. This one is a massive shark. So what do you do with that? What are you waiting for here on Binance Coin? Bring that up. We assume a pause right off. I'm not going to force it. You have everything you want to see there. You've got massive pattern shark at 886 at 613, and HSI, you're probably going to get a dot by the weekly close with one bearish bar. So Am I bullish on Binance Coin? Not at this level, not on this setup. But check out what's happening with Binance Coin. And I find this interesting as well, where you have Harmonic Strength Index already rolling over. Okay, you got to come down, hit the oversold like we did here and there. And the same goes as what we said for Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's like that and that to go to the 50. So is that a shark to 50 from here? That's how I would wait for it. I mean, that's 414. So those are all signs where if you're looking at your favorite crypto and you have something like that staring you in the face, let it come in. There's really no reason to jump on that. And even if that thing did for some reason explode from here, fine. You can have it. That's how you should think about it. We're patiently waiting in this time frame going forward for the next year. I mean, if we go back, let's go back a little time. Let's go back in time. Let's review post-halving phenomenon, right? And let's go to Bitcoin. The year is 2020, April. Here you go. Where's the signals? Where's the breakout? Because there's 2020, April, like 4 years ago there, somewhere in there. I mean, amazingly, you had different situation back then. You had back-to-back patterns, even a couple of HSI. So you're a different spot. There you go. And let me go to that. Where's that daily? Hold on. Let me scooch back here. 2020. Where are I in the daily? There you go. 2020 post-halving. Okay. This is the thing that I'm looking for currently, where you get, where it is it? There's the April. Okay. But something like this, something where even if it comes up against you, let's just assume we're completely wrong about this. Like, hey, don't be too patient, idiot. You got to keep it moving. You know, this is the greatest asset in the world. We're still going to get signals. That's my point. Demand the signals. And we didn't have the dot, HSI dot. That's our primary going forward, really. Been our primary confirmation factor. But the whole thing is we're going to have plenty of time no matter what with all of these. So if it's your favorite T coin, what have you, wait for this retracement, because you're looking for some kind of launch pad there on the daily. The weekly was different. There you go, weekly. Weekly was, there's April right there. And still, even with that, this is a different creature than what we're dealing with now. You had a couple of patterns and a couple of nasty corrections. Look, the launch pad that you're all looking for is a breakout where you then launch above any standard resistance. Your 886, you're going to price discovery. 1025 is still the number we're all looking for as a minimum price discovery objective. Okay, and where Bitcoin is currently, there you go. Come on back. You're there. I mean, you are oversold by definition. You're oversold with your most favorable amplified RSI reading at the 50 level. So this is week one. This is week one. Couple others, big ones. Go to Link. Remember Link? It got down there yesterday. Remember Link? We were looking at this last week and was saying, okay, it's it's not 1350, it's more like 12 or 1180. And here you go. Link with a dot down there. That dot was at 1380, but there's our arrows. It was a 4-hour chart. Sorry. 4-hour pattern, daily oversold. Bring it. There you go. So we talked about Link being somewhere around, this 12 level. What was the low yesterday? 1250. The low was 1260. And daily oversold dot. So Link, first big dot, back down at this 1312 area. There's Coinbase, that is it. And weekly time frame is oversold. Okay, not out of the zone, but oversold. So all of these are in A1 position. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for an inflection. And that's where price action comes in and just, helps us to define on the spot where this will stabilize. It's got to be like that in the next week, which is early. And I, draw your attention back here. What was that? It was June. You had the inflection out, and then you're looking right. You still spend 10 weeks to the right. So again, this is the pullback that I think everybody was hoping for. You wanted to see some kind of oversold opportunity before this thing launches, but where? Let it trigger first. That's something I think people overlook. If it's RSI or HSI, they think if you hit a number, it's automatically oversold. It doesn't work like that. A couple others. XRP, guys, it really held up. I was really impressed by XRP in the last 24, 48 hours. Okay, look, yellow dot getting generated, won't be official until Sunday. And we have massive patterns down here. What's the problem with it? It didn't participate in the first 6 months, but that's fine. That's fine. You're still looking for target 2 on this move. So if you're at 50 cents and you go to 140 in the next year, and remember, January has always been the time constraint. We're always looking for and been waiting and saying, look, this whole thing has to take you through the year into January. Hold up. What's up? What's going on? Hey guys, let's give a gold membership away. Next person to type in GOLD wins a gold membership for 30 days. So let's get in it, right? 30 days, gold membership, GOLD, get you the software too. I'm going to give away another gold and one more book in a minute. But if we were looking for opportunities, XRP, look what it did. Yesterday was down, held a higher low. Hey, Tim Tom, you win the gold. Tim Tom, you got to reach out to Miss Stephanie. Get over on the Discord, please. And join us there. Thank you. Send a note to Miss Stephanie. So that's the thing we should be considering as well. Which crypto held up yesterday and which got crushed? I think XRP is starting to show us some signs of life and stabilization where you're banging against these support lows. You're generating oversold triggers. You're not going lower. I'll tell you the other thing about XRP. And even though this looks like a total dud, every close seems to be, every time I throw it under 50 cents, they're able to bring it right back and close it above. So, for us, 50 cents, under 50 cents, yeah, I'm team 50. That is a good place to be looking, accumulating, adding, and then wait for that. If we get a 3-bar breakout like this week, you could just close it right where it is, 51, 52 cents. That would be great. The big number for XRP is going to be this breakout above 57. Then you really have something after this week. After this week. It's kind of a delayed reaction. A couple more. Let's look at Doge. Remember Doge? Sure. Not that I'm all about that, although I hold a chunk and didn't like the pullback. But Doge came back and did what it was supposed to do. Daily, down here with a dot. I mean, that was right at 12.2 cents. It checked that back, and then look at what's going on. Daily time frame is oversold, trying to pivot out. There's a pivot. This is another good example. We got to study. My goal with these sessions is to make the learning curve easier by highlighting the critical formations, triggers, price action that confirms the levels. This is an inflection, folks. It's not official yet, but we came down there and then starting to come out. Let that thing come out. Another situation here where you're 1, 2, maybe 3 bars away. Also, Doge came down. It hit amplified, oversold, and it's pivoting out. These are the early signs. It's not an automatic go, but those are the early signs. And remember, daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. There you go. And we had a couple of them. The T2 went on for Doge at 13.5. And we had a couple of those other, the HSI daily, check back. We knew, it was 12 to 13 cents. Still is. There's T2. That went on for that larger pattern, 13.48. Little overspill down to 12. And now let's start looking. And let's start looking the next few sessions. I think Sunday's close. You almost want them to just close the market right now. Regardless of what happened yesterday, you had a little bounce back. You really want to hold all of these pattern levels down here on Doge. You could spend, several more weeks in this general area, but you're really probing the area you need to and holding weeklies like this. Okay, remember that's the other. There you go. Weekly is kissing HSI right now. This is actually one of the more pronounced M formations right here. That's amplified RSI. You could do it on standard RSI, use these techniques, and I talk about that in the volume 2 book. But this is a big deal. And we're probably going to come back to this, a lot of these formations as we get further into the year. That's saying, all right, we get to the 50 level, we start looking, the red line went on. Okay, you're looking for this thing to pivot out, turn up from here, or can this continue lower? Yeah, it could, but this is why we combine the two, where HSI has rolled over. HSI has hit the level after rolling over. Now you're looking for that to pivot out. We'll coordinate both of those. I've been saying this on Bitcoin and can say it with all of them. A few more that are doing what we said. I think a lot of people are on edge. It's just a personal opinion. I think there's a lot of, like I said, narrative that's out there that's messing with people's heads. But here's Polkadot, and that wasn't it. What was the other one? It was it Avalanche? No, it was Axie. So here's Axie. Guys, what was the number on Axie? We've talked about forever. 665 on the daily. It was a big retest of big pattern numbers from way back here. Right there. Retesting daily dot, any 4-hour patterns. What do we have here? Daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. Sound like a broken record. All of that bottom, I mean, right at 650. Okay. Just another step in the process. There's your daily. You got to go back here. The big thing will be, like the rest of them, can the weekly now do it to put the final nail in the coffin? Okay. Put the nail in the coffin, and then we can start to seriously assess if that's going to be more than a reaction. But you guys know I've been saying 665 for Axie Infinity forever. Avalanche, same deal. Avalanche is we're looking at that 28. Can we retest 28.16? Almost. I mean, he almost came there a couple of times. Didn't get down there, almost did, but this one's a little deeper. So that needs some more time. But you see where certain crypto, they're a little further along than others. Best way to think about it. Couple of more. What are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at? Chill it. Yo, shill time. What do you have? What do you have? You guys want to look at Ordi? What's ordinal? Let's look at Ordi. Ordi. Ordi looks like this. I haven't looked at that in a couple of weeks, but that was another high-flying new generation crypto from the first 6 months. Ordi versus Tether on the Binance feed. I probably need a little something. There you go. Daily trying to pivot out. Hey, this is where price action comes in. At least yesterday, it was a throwdown and you stabilized. I'm more concerned with this kind of a thing. Daily oversold. Let me get what's a longer term data feed? Yeah, there you go. This is on OKX. So Ordi is that Gartley. Hop level's 39. Yeah, that's a better feed, but what's the weekly? Because again, the weekly is what's going to define the launch pad, and the launch pad there, you have everything you want to see except for the inflection. Yeah, actually, Ordi got down there where weekly, man, this is a critical week. This is a critical week because you're really testing the limits. You're finally hitting oversold across the board, and it would be likely next week with the next week's candle, but a single green candle could start that whole process for Ordi. I like it. Yeah. But you're just early. We're early, folks. Couple others. What about H-bar? Okay, here's another one. H-bar has a perfect type 2. Here you go. Couple of beautiful patterns down here. H-bar with all of that narrative, and I said this when we talked about that. What was that last week with the big pop? I was like, listen, it's probably going to come all the way back 9 cents, 9.5. I think there's a 4-hour, some 4-hour patterns down here. But the daily as well is where the 1-2 comes in. Look, type 1 came up all the way back down. and that's at 7.5 cents. What if it doesn't come back down? Is there anything else there that would say this is ready to rock and roll? Not really. There was big hype on that last week. Yeah, let me get a longer data feed. There you go. Because H bar, head or a hash graph, has patterns looking left. And I think if you're not looking at weeklies, you're probably going to miss some bigger levels. And this is all about, crypto is all about levels, folks. All about levels. XA level here is 9.13 cents. So we're not there yet. And if anything, look at the 1-2 it did with that crab pattern there. Down to 16. 16 down to target 2. Still waiting on that. 1 or 2 more. Remember helium, HNT with this thing. Okay. Nice bat pattern. Still a type 1. And if anything, I mean, that's held up pretty well. But you have a counter trend HSI. So I wouldn't expect much from that yet on helium. Great pattern. And this is the kind of structure we want to see, where we're going to go back and retest anything for helium. And we were looking at this right at the hop around $4. You got to resolve that 550, 575. You're not going to make progress until you get above there. Couple more. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, how about Tia? Tia, I think, was another retest. $10? Yeah, and $8. I thought that was a bat pattern. It's drawing a shark. It could be a bat. The software is going to kick and show you the biggest pattern, the last biggest pattern here. Yeah, we're down here on Celestia. The terminal bar was like at $8 right there, but it was a good example. Who brought that up? Biograd Dragon. A good one to look at. Listen, this is a common situation we were looking at for the last month. Patterns, no confirmation. First confirmation. All right, I wouldn't be surprised to see that check back at like $9, $8.75, and then you get some kind of dot to the right here. There, even just draw the trend line. We're back to trying to overcome the trend lines. Another one, Solana. We got down to where we needed to be on Solana. Remember Solana yesterday? Bat pattern type 2. This might be one of the best setups, period. On the daily, folks. There it is. The 2 hit at 121.35. That's a big deal. Huge. Structurally, that might be probably the prime example we should all be looking for as a launch pad. Solana's got some serious things that have developed since our session on Tuesday. Don't have any HSI on this last test, but that dot, that prior HSI matter, amplified, got oversold too. But structurally, look, we get a T2 there. We start looking. Weekly, did that pivot? I know no, weekly has not pivoted yet. But it's in a prime position. I think we could get a big candle next week and start the move. For now, treat it as a reaction, but that could lead us to more. Yeah, oversold for RSI is 30 and 70. I mean, when you're at 40 and 60, you get close. But 30 and 70, and also how it hits those zones is important. Couple more. I gotta actually get moving quickly. Uh, Render, guys. So Render was another one. Weekly was oversold. The daily was the retest. And you had, hold on, Render's like this. It's another high level HSI. I thought that was a bat as well. Render really close. Let me check. It's here. We go back to the data feeds again. Let me see the 4-hour. Did render was, yeah, it is. It's, look, you have, it's the bat. It's a bat. It's the bat. 658 is that exact point, but getting closer. Again, one of the favorite crypto. This thing had just skyrocketed from 3 to 12. But there you go. Yesterday was so critical. A lot going on there. A couple more. Gala, folks. Another super T coin. That did come back. Same type of a deal. Yellow dot. HSI went counter where it said more time. And then sorry, I do have a, where's the pattern? Pattern's on a 4-hour. Yeah, right at 390. Right at 3.9 for that. Gala and Phantom here. You get the picture, 4-hour patterns. I said 4-hour patterns. Hold up. What's going on here? Daily oversold on Phantom. No. Was I thinking about something? I was thinking about something else. One of the gaming. There are a lot of those gaming stocks. A gaming crypto, sorry. Was it Engine Coin? Yeah, I think maybe Engine Coin. It was. There you go. Here's a great example. Daily, new pattern, HSI just coming in now. Did we? Yeah, and we even retested that shark at 26. That matters. What's that weekly look like? Weekly oversold. That's Engine Coin. And this could be pretty much all of your favorite crypto hitting now. We get the inflection next week. Then we start to really look for a resumption, the next wave higher. Few more. Oh, here was the one from last session that it was been stuck in my brain. This balancer with this kind of a thing. Hold on. Big pattern looking left. This is a 2. There you go. Deep crab right at the low down here. Retesting XA's level 335. It was hit yesterday. So folks, go through the software. You need to update. What I'll do, I created a huge list, and I do have a screener. I also like to click through one by one, look at the 4-hour time frame, update, because there's so many of these. I'm looking for stuff like this. Look, there's the XA level. We hit this, retested yesterday. That ideal, right there, that's ideal. I would only say this, weekly. There you go. Weekly is oversold too. We get that inflection next week, you start the resumption. There's a lot here. And again, you're not chasing anything. These are the better signals you want to look for. Okay, 1 or 2 more. We had this. I mentioned Beam last time. For this, HSI is oversold. Where is it? We had another pattern right off the top. Maybe it was a daily oversold 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour patterns down here on Beam. 2.2. 4 hour pattern, type 2, with a daily oversold. That remains the recipe. All right, Mike, you get the last one on Anchor because I know there's a big pattern there. Mike, do you have the software? Let me know if you've got the software, Mike. Do you have Harmonic Pattern Collection? I think you do because Anchor does have this. Daily. Sorry, 4 hour. 4 hour. 4 hour. Gartley on the 4 hour. And it's a type 2. This is what I mean by big things happened yesterday. 4 hour pattern, type 2, great. Daily is oversold. Anchor right there should go to T2 up to 6 cents. That's a big deal. I like that. Anchor, get to T2. And the daily, what was the daily? Daily not there yet. Treat that as a reaction. No, my fault. It wasn't Anchor. It was Algo, guys. This is what Algo looks like. I knew there was something here in the A's. Big back-to-back patterns. Algo, 15 cents. I think it was a bat. Beautiful patterns, back-to-back. Think of it this way. You had this pattern. Shark did a perfect 1-2. And then as you're trying to get down to T2, you form a bullish pattern. That kind of negates what's going on here. You now focus on that retest. And that's another one where you want to see those T2s. All right, Maker, you got it. That's the last one, Maker. You scream loud enough, I guess. Squeaky wheel theory. Maker, daily oversold. 4 hour pattern there. I haven't looked at this one in a long time. Okay, thank you. You have the Gartley down there. 2640. But still only a trade because it's a type 1. Just a reaction, guys. That's it. You got it. All right. I don't like to, I don't like to do that too much, but, shout loud enough, I guess, in the chat. You'll get my attention eventually. I'm not always looking, eyes on the chat. I'm usually just kind of riffing here. Last one for me is Filecoin with the daily. HSI dot getting put in today. Now daily oversold, 4 hour pattern, all at 558. And remember, look, these have been sleepy. This one and Internet Computer ICP, that's your opportunity. Down here, go like 550 to at least 750. That's a huge percentage move. And if it's a type 1, that's all I'll assume, but that's still in a prime position since yesterday's turnaround. You wanted to see that action. They tried to throw it down. They couldn't complete it. You got it. All right, listen, we got to look at, and then I got to get out of here. Look, NASDAQ futures. Where's it going? What's the deal here? NQ. Guys, this is the 1-2 framework, and we're not out of the woods yet, but I brought this up last time. NASDAQ futures is like this on your, and I have to highlight, 4 hour chart is, this is daily too, but the real trading hours, regular trading hours, 9:30 to 4. We almost got there. Had we hit this yesterday, I think I would have felt better about the current retracement. But XA level down at 17,290. That is the official type 2 to get us where we need to be. Daily, okay, looks like this. HSI, same pattern. It's actually more important that it is even generated on the daily. Today's a green candle. I don't care. I want to get this retested. I think we still have work to do on NASDAQ. It's just not in the position where I'd say, okay, any long that you see is basically a reaction. If we could come back and retest 17,280, then you'd have something more substantial to end this retracement. And there's not a lot of difference from what's happening now to when you go back to this situation last September. It was a really nasty meltdown over a few days, and we got the dot and we went and we took off. Same can be said for S&P. ES mini futures will look like this. This is a little bit different. Daily dot a few days ago. This one has a 4-hour. Look, 4 hours like this on the futures. HSI is basically 5,000. That's what you're looking for. Retest. So all of this is noise. Actually, yesterday was a nasty, nasty candle. Go to the hourly from yesterday. Okay, hourly was barely a reaction. My concern, as everyone's concern, should be if you take out these lows here at 5,000, then you're going to take more time. I'm not of that opinion. I'm looking for this to stabilize and give us some kind of confirmation around 5,000 and resume what has started. I mean, consider this just to be a nasty little 8-10% correction, and that's it. Just like last fall. I mean, last fall had clear patterns right at 4,100 and then explode, and we're looking for the same thing. The weekly, where's weekly? Weekly is the other thing here. Like Bitcoin, like all of them, you need to get out of that zone. All right, it's a critical spot. I think you come back on Tuesday and you'll have it. It's just you're not there yet. We're bucking against this crab pattern that capped it, that capped the rally at 5,300, more like the yellow dot on the weekly. That's fine. Okay, I think if this was going to be in real trouble, we'd already be lower. I'm not too concerned. I just think this is a reaction in crypto and the major markets. But hey, they don't feel good when you're going through them, especially with all the nonsense going on right now. I mean, just keep your head clear. That's what I want to say with this. One of the big stocks that, before I jump out of here, look, Amazon to me is a massive, massive weekly consideration. Looks like this. Big shark pattern, kind of like Binance Coin, right? Weekly shark up against the terminal bar. 190 is capping the rally for now, and I'm still looking for a jump down to the 50 line. I'm not chasing Amazon, even though it's been really strong. Look at our daily. Okay, here's the other interesting thing. High level HSI with a daily dot. So Amazon, I expect that to go retest 190. Is it going to do more than that? We'll have to wait and see. That's probably the number one tech at the moment. Where you are with this pattern. All right, are you fail to get above 190? We continue to remain in that zone. I think you're going to have more issues where you're not going to get the massive breakout until later, or until we get weekly to come down. I mean, weekly is, it looks like it's hanging up there, but this is my concern. Amazon had great earnings. Okay, a little bit of a recovery, but I'm looking at the readings. I want to see this. I want to be in front of Amazon. Where would the opportunity be? It's either 135 and you're at 185 at the moment, or HSI to come in here. We will track that one because I do think as great as Amazon looks, there's a lot of internal things. This HSI breakdown yesterday telling me let's let that have a little more time. Okay, this breakout that was supposed to occur, kind of gangbusters breakout, like a lot of these, they challenged their prior all-time highs, and now they're stalling. Story stock of the day to get out of here is Apple. Okay, what are you going to do with Apple? What's that weekly look like? Because it was a perfect type 2, but in the last several weeks, we've violated that. The daily, though, come on, daily. Where's the daily? There you go. It's a bat. Couple of things like 167. You already retested September low. I'm not concerned about it right now. If you want to have a concern about the market or anything in general, asset allocation, like, okay, if you're not going to go into Apple, then that's telling us something larger about the whole market. It's not there yet. Look, do a type 1, that's fine. If we're going to have issues with this market, this is more than a reaction, and that's the way to think about it. I've been saying that this reaction was going to come. We were going to get a retracement, and it was going to set us up for a launch pad, and I still feel that way. Okay, but I'm monitoring the bigger ones like Amazon and Apple, because if those break down, then it'll lead to a larger retracement phase, if not reset. But that's not happening. You hit some major numbers yesterday. You were able to hold. Great. Give me some signals that will tell me that we will do something more than just go sideways into the summer. You want to see a summer rally. A while ago, there was a lot of insider selling on Apple. Short term went higher. Long term seems mixed. Is it a good signal? Is it a reaction or reversal for Apple? The question is, short term or long term on Apple, what's the play? Well, the play was definitely that big bat pattern back in 2022, 2023. Now you're up here with a bunch of resistance. It's stalling. I even if I was going to trigger off the daily, let me blow this up for you. And you should do this with essentially every situation. There are other tech that are probably in a lot better spot than this, but Apple for me would be the buy after doing something like this. Longer term buy. Up to 177 and then retest 167 right now. So if you're looking for a massive move in Apple, it's not at that point. If we were to go through the reaction reversal process, and then you're looking for that point where in the long term, where's the trend continue? Go to, I don't know, 10-day or even I'd say monthly. Because this is the thing we should all be considering. Not where the market's going to be now in 3 months or 6 months. I want to think about from January forward. There you go. Is that a long-term uptrend? Sure is. Where can it go? What are the possibilities here? There you go. There's Apple, long-term. Okay, looks like at the top of that range for now. You're at the midpoint, but you did kiss the top of that range. I don't have any signals in here yet. I would almost be inclined to say it's something like You're back here May 22, and then you didn't get a signal until February the next year. This is just Apple specific. Also, monthly, interesting. You're getting close, but like a lot of these, they need to come in a little bit more to give us that ideal oversold trigger. So I think we said a lot of the same things for Tesla. Patience, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, patience. That's such a key part of what we do. Yesterday I was in Discord waiting for signals that never came. There were hundreds of points that moved. I didn't get any signals. I had a long signal in the morning. I didn't want to take it because I still think, we have to come back and retest the 17.2 area. But that's a big part. It's probably like 50% of what we do is waiting. Lining up, but then waiting. Let's see, Evan. I don't know if FOMC did. I don't trust any of those people. I don't trust any of these people. They're all playing a game that we don't want to be a part of. We just want to respond to signals. Okay, achieving greatness, because I like your name. AMD. AMD was this, right? The weekly pause that turned into more. This is what I'm, up at 184. Okay, I was thinking, maybe this can go all the way to the 1618, and then had that nasty inflection. There's nothing there until it comes out. This is a AMD. All right, nothing there on AMD, not yet. Daily, look at that chart, not yet. Oh, HSI went bearish yesterday, guys, like that. Not yet on AMD, and it does look like these are, the semis. Let's quick peek at NVIDIA. Nossa. Yes, I just spoke Portuguese. Weekly on NVIDIA. HSI is oversold, but coming off. But look what's going on here. The weekly time frame, if that were to pop again, it's pointing us to next week. If you were looking for a continuation on the weekly, almost on NVIDIA, but it's not out yet. You need to pop it out. I do think we will be looking at some big scenarios next week. Not this week, not in crypto, not in the major markets. Let this thing just give us the clearest of signals. Yeah, all right, let's give away one more Harmonic Trader. First person type in Harmonic Trader, give you a book, and then a gold membership, GOLD. So, and if you won today, please don't answer. What's up, Matthew? Yeah, the oil situation. Let's get to that Tuesday. Rick, you win a Harmonic Trader. Who's going to get the gold? Hogelio, you got sent a membership. Paris, man, what's up? You win the gold. You should be gold already. Oh, yeah, Parveen, man, I know you've won before. If you won before, please, not again. Let other people win. Paris, contact Miss Stephanie and send me a note. Yeah, the crude oil situation rolled down. What's that? The daily. This is a shark to 5.0, right? Yeah, it's a shark to 5.0 there. Look at last week's stream. We talked about the shark to 5.0, 77.69. We'll come back to that on Tuesday. Everyone, get a hold of Miss Stephanie over on the Discord. Hit the subscribe button, for goodness sakes, and like if you enjoy what's happening. And by all means, get over to harmonictrader.com. Become a free basic member. Get the software. You know the deal. That's what I have for today. I've got to get running. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you on Tuesday, 12:15-ish.